Okay, welcome to this game, which is going to be called Carnage Heart. This is a PlayStation 1 game, and as you might be able to tell from this interface, this is a strategy game. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and started the game just so I can set some stuff up prior to beginning. Notably, you can save different mech designs. This is partially a mech game. So I've got two mech designs. One is one that I got off the internet, and the second one is one that I made myself after playing around with this for, a little while. So we can look at the mech. This is the hardware design for Card 2. Card 2 is the mech that we're going to be using most of the time. Apparently I can change the name. Mark. Yeah, let's go ahead and give this a name. We'll call it, Raptor. Raptor sounds like a good name for a robot. Raptor. How did that happen? Yeah, okay, so it's the Raptor. That's fine. No. Let's stick to our guns. It's a raptor. And maybe we'll make a later design, so sure, we'll give it a number. We'll call it the Raptor 01. That sounds like a sufficiently good name. Now we can look at this menu, but this, it doesn't really tell us very much. We can see that it has 60-liter tank of gas, whatever that means. It's got an engine which can lift 8,200 kilograms. Everything in this game will have a weight, so that'll add up to your total. But also have all these parts have a cost, that's in money, and a proc, which is basically how much manufacturing time it takes. It also has a level, which we can level up these parts to make them more efficient later. Most of the weight of each mech is going to belong in the armor, so probably just put on the heaviest armor that you can with your engine and all your other stuff that you want. We have here a short-range missile. Not particularly strong, but it'll do the job. And a missile launcher, which can hold 4 missiles. We'd prefer something that holds more. That's okay. Then we got this thing. This is your CPU. CPU has a capacity of 100 NC and a speed of low. I'll explain what that means in a little bit. We also have an optional part. We don't have any yet, so it's just empty. And we have our main gun, which this is a laser, just the long-range weapon. There's also a mid-range and a short-range weapon for a rifle and a shotgun. And this is that. I guess this is the ammo. Comes with 120 shots. So there you go. So that's our robot. That's the robot we're going to be using for the beginning of the game. We can zoom in and out. Can't rotate it, unfortunately, here. That's fine. So we can see total cost is going to be about 1,800, and proc is just under 200. So then I want to show you the thing that I've been spending my time on prior to starting the game, and the reason why I'm not starting at the title screen. And that would be this. So this is the CPU. So every robot has a software program. And in this case, our CPU can have 100 slots, which is a 10 by 10. Better CPUs can have more. The program always begins in the top left corner, right here, where my mouse cursor is, and then it follows these green arrows. in the direction that they point. So first thing that's going to happen, I'm not going to go through the whole program, but I'll just to give you an idea. A change cannot be made to this card. Okay, it's not going to let us examine it, but what this is doing is it's checking if this variable a is less than 3. If it is, we increase a by 1, and then go into this little section here, which will check if there's a friendly unit on our right side. And if there's no friendly unit on the right side, we're going to jump to the right. If there is a friendly unit on our right side, we'll check our left side. If there's no friendly unit on the left side, we'll jump to the left. And this is because each squad is going to have 3 robots in it. And so the first thing we're going to do at the start of the match is just spread out a little bit. So our guy who's farthest on the left is going to jump to the left, and our guy who's farthest on the right is jump to the right. And the guy who's in the middle is not going to do anything. He'll just stay there. Then there's this huge section here, which is all the logic of how our robot is going to behave in battle. So as you can imagine, this is where a majority of your time tinkering around is going to be spent. We, more or less, we have a process here, just to summarize it, which is going to check for bullets and missiles and try to dodge them. Then we have a process here in this section, which is going to check if there's an enemy that's close to us, or if it's on our left or on our right. If it's on our left, we'll turn left. If it's on our right, we'll turn right. And if it's not close enough, we'll move towards it. And then finally, we have this section here, which does most of the battle logic, which is trying to check if there is a friendly unit or an obstacle in our way. And if there's none in our way, it'll try to shoot some missiles or some bullets. And if there's an enemy that's really close, we'll try to grapple them. There's a few other details in there that's not that important. But that is the software of our robot. And so as you can imagine, trying to construct one of those successfully can take a while. So there's a test menu where you can, edit your units. So we're having, in this case, we have, I don't know why it's still called Card 2. I thought I got to rename it. Well, nothing we can do about that. Like, we have to exit all the menus in order to do that. But yeah, and then you can choose your enemies, and you can do a simulated battle. But we're not going to go ahead and do that, because we should get into the rest of the game. So, this is, like I said, this is a strategy game. And I don't know a lot about it, but we can buy new parts. Each of these different companies will have different parts available. So for example, this one has more room on it, and still a low speed. Apparently I bought that. I didn't mean to do that. Hitting OK apparently buys it. Yeah, well, we just wasted 4,000. That's fine. Most of our parts apparently come from this company. We got some R&D. You can ask them to R&D for us. And they say they can optimize my blueprint. So this optimization will take 12 turns. It's going to lower our weight, increase our durability, decrease our production time. It'll increase the cost of the robot, and it'll increase the level. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's just do that. I heard that Brennan has sold a tank OKE to Draken. So the interesting thing about this game is that I think us and the AI have access to the same material. That is, they can also go to these shops and buy blueprints, and they start with the same things unlocked that we do, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. They might start with slightly different things unlocked, but at the very least, they have access to the same things that we do. So we could buy these tank mechs if we wanted a slightly different kind of mech. We know that the enemy has tanks because they bought something from Brennan. I don't think we're using a snake missile. This is a large missile. This guy apparently has spider tanks. We don't want one of those, I don't think. We'll just stick with what we have. Now, this is an optional item. This could go in our optional slot. It will help keep our unit cool. I'll explain why that matters later, but for now I don't think it is going to be relevant. We're currently using an oscillator. We have oscillator A. It says 50 damage, 120 shots. What's an oscillator B going to cost me? Still does the same amount, but it has more shots available. I don't think we need that. We have different kinds of mines. Somehow, that doesn't seem that important. We can invent a new rocket or invent a new engine. Inventing a new engine could be good. That'll let us get better armor. Let's have him invent that. Does that mean that I can buy... Can't buy it yet, I guess. The development is progressing satisfactorily. Oh, can I give him more money to make it go faster? I don't know. And the last shop here. This guy has his own kind of engine. Oh, that's the one I already have. Yeah, I don't think I want any of that. I could optimize this. It'll take 8 turns. Yeah, I don't think I need to do that. So that's the negotiation. That's essentially all the shops that we have available. We've already done design. So now talk about tactics. So this is the map. On the map, we have 2 bases of our own and 2 bases of the enemy. And we start the game with 3 default units, using card 27 and 28 in this case, which are developer-created, sort of just beginning AIs. They're not particularly smart AIs, they're worse than the one that I've created, because I've tested it, so I know that for sure. But, you know, they are free units. So we're going to go ahead and deploy them. Wait, so where are they deployed? Doesn't really tell me where they are, but I guess we'll just try to move towards that spot. Next thing we're going to want to do is get some production lines going. Production lines are pretty expensive. Here we have 3 production lines, and we're going to want to create our raptors. Let's go ahead and create like 3 of those. We'll want another 3. And we also want ammo. So we're going to want to make like 100 tons of ammo. I don't know exactly how much ammo I need, but I think we have 3 tons right now. And they say if you don't make ammo, your units just aren't going to be able to attack, so let's make sure we do that. Now, one thing that we can do is we can also upgrade our lines. So let's go ahead and upgrade line 1 and line 2. So that they should be able to produce a unit every 2 turns. That's pretty good. Now, we could make this a little bit faster even. That's probably fine. I don't know if we really need to increase our ammo production. But I guess you could argue, maybe when I'm done producing ammo, I'll produce something else. I don't have enough money. Alright. Yeah, so we have base 3 and base 4. The enemy, I guess, has base 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and end the turn. So as we can see, there is a fog of war, so we can't necessarily see what the enemy is doing. But there's not much for us to do until we have some units. So we're gonna have to end turn again. And I might have screwed this up, because I don't have any money left. So, having only 2 units is pretty bad. Did not realize we were gonna run out of money that fast. There were no units in operation. How did that happen? Are they all out of, like... Oh no, what is happening? Like, this guy's retreating for some reason. Unit 2 on there. Alright, so here's our first battle. It's the default bots versus the tanks of the enemy. So in combat, all your units are controlled by the AI using that the program that was written for them. We'll go over some of the details of what's going on here, but yeah, so it looks like each of our units did pretty well. Once you have a unit that's damaged, you can send it back to a base to have a heal. So 2-on-3 is pretty scary. I have no idea how my AIs are going to fare. This is definitely not a even fight. It's holding up okay. The red number near the circle in the center on the right side is your damage. So we're at 32% damage. The green number is your fuel remaining, and the orange number is your heat. Your heat doesn't really matter as long as it doesn't get too high. If it gets into the slightly reddish-orange area, then you will start taking damage over time. Below that, we have the missile ammo and main gun ammo remaining. Wow, so yeah, so our 2 units managed to kill 3 of theirs. Took some damage, so it's not optimal, but hey, I will count that as a win. Says there's no units in operation. There's no units ready. I guess because they're being healed. There are no Ps in space. Oh, do I have to like switch bases? There we go. Alright, so I have to deploy this unit. They're not healed yet. I should wait for them to heal at least. This unit is ready. Let's go ahead and move this unit out. Try to meet that red unit in battle. With 3 bases to 1, even with no money, I think we'll be okay. Could get hairy, but I'm hoping it'll be fine. A little bit more about the combat. So we've got a mini-map on the bottom left side. The sort of like bluish diamonds are obstacles, so they represent all those things that are on the battlefield. They block shots, just like you would expect they would. So you can use them as cover if you want to. You can write your AI to maneuver around them. Otherwise, they'll, you might just end up shooting all your ammo into a mountain. So you have to take that into account. So we lost a unit, so that's pretty bad for us, I think. I don't know if we get any more units. or any more money. This might be all we get. Let's see, command unit. And these guys are ready, so let's go ahead and deploy them. Let's go ahead and move closer. Your tactics seem to have worked very well. We've approved a budget increase. We expect more from you. Okay, good, because we had no money, so I wasn't sure what we were gonna do if this ended up not working. Alright, so let's go to the factory here. Yeah, so I see we don't pay for them up front, we pay for them, like, when we get them. Or maybe, like, per turn, something like that. So this place has plenty of ammo. I don't know what that means. Maybe what that means is, like, my frontmost base, maybe that's the one that needs ammo. It seems to have ammo, though. Well, if it has ammo, no use worrying about it. Let's just do that. Yeah, so this is probably a losing fight. They're gonna try to defend, but 2 computer-created units versus 3 computer-created units. Yeah, not so great. Go check out our negotiation. There was somebody researching something for us, wasn't there? Yeah, I guess they're still working on it. We're gonna contribute more. That probably speeds it up. It seems to be what the case is. Alright, finally we have enough for a unit. If we add a line, that could eat into our funds. Let's try not to do that. I have a feeling my 2 units can beat these 3. So you might be wondering, like, why the heck we're even fighting this war, who's fighting who. It's not that important, but there is actually a story behind it. The idea is that 2 factions are fighting over mining rights to 3 of Jupiter's moons. So that's Jupiter over there, and we're on this moon. This, I think, is Europa. There are 3 campaigns. Europa is the first one. I guess you could say it's the easiest one. So, you know, if the game is fun, I might play all 3. The AI I made is so much better than the default AI. Okay. But even if I'm better, I should probably retreat. Okay, so it looks like we're ready to go to the next turn. One of the things I tweaked about my AI versus, you know, the things I found on the internet was, you know, so I noticed that the gun actually fires out of the left side of the unit. So rather than look directly ahead of me to determine if there's an obstacle in the way, I look a little bit off-center to the left. That way, like, you get what we have here, where I'm sort of hiding a little bit behind this obstacle, because the robot realizes the obstacle is not in the way. I can attack safely from this position. We've got a whole bunch of units now. Oh, that's a mountain or something. I can't walk on that. guy. He's got so many medals. That AI deserves a medal. So they completed a blueprint, but to be honest, I don't know if we're going to need to do that. And at this point, we're producing so many units. And I don't even really know what to say. I don't know if there's a limit. There's got to be a limit, I think. Maybe 10? Ooh, they have card 2, so they actually invented a new type. So that's interesting, because we were completely destroying the first model. Can rotate if we want between our units, get different views. And also zoom in and zoom out. We want to see the whole battle. Looks like their new model was not up to snuff. Honestly, given how little damage we're taking, we can probably take 2 combats in a row. I think more than that is pushing it, though, because we might lose a unit. But there is something to be said for just, you know, advancing relentlessly. Because if I were to make space for a unit to retreat, then they would have to, you know, go back. I guess it depends how much ammo they have. I guess that's one reason to have a lot of ammo, so you don't need to retreat as often. Yeah, they've got plenty of life. It's just that 33 ammo is looking a little low. Right, we've got 2 units on standby. Let's figure out what we're doing with them. Unit 8 and Unit 9. Did I do this right? Form unit. Oh, Unit 10. Okay, we're pretty much out of money. Which means this is all we get. But if this isn't enough to win the game, then, you know, I don't know what is. Well, this unit only has 2 units in it. That's interesting. Is that going to be sufficient? I mean, it was good enough against the card 1s, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough against these things. Looks like they've got their own 2-legged walker. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Cause some damage, but I don't know. Looks like maybe their 2-legged walker is confused in the corner. We could probably one-on-one the tank. This might be a win. The fireworks that are going off on the right side are actually mines. I guess they have a limited amount of time. There's also a time limit in the bottom left corner. If it gets to 150, the match will just end. Which looks to be what's going to happen. Oh. We actually got it right at the last second. So that robot probably needs to go home. Is it this one? Yeah, this is such a choke point that with 10 units I just can't get there. So I'm just gonna enter. Looks like that was enough. They don't have a unit defending their base. Congratulations on your successful tactics. Your skill in defeating the enemy so quickly allows us to approve a 757,000 budget increase for you. Okay, does that mean that I actually need to, like, keep this money from round to round? That is surprising. So we're now in a new map. So maybe what we'll do is we'll end this video here. and we'll pick up next time with the next level. I'll see you then.